always gotta pay respect when niggas talk that shit. And Stephen A, for one of the rare occasions, was talking that shit. Racial discrimination, not only in sports, but in the world, Craig. Not just the city, the world, Craig. He's talking about ownership in the NFL and how it's 32 owners, none of them black. In the NBA, it's 32 and I think only one of them is black. That's a whole nother separate issue. He's talking about the NFL today, and he's wondering why. Well, he's not wondering why, but he questions the mass appeal who claims, aren't we beyond this? Why are you guys still talking about it? And this is a newsflash for you people who think, aren't we beyond racial tension, racial divide? When black people talk about it, it should be a clear indicator to y'all that we are not beyond it. And you have to think about the subjects who have to get beyond it in the first place. Y'all don't have to get beyond racial tension and racial injustice. It didn't happen to you. This is something for us to get beyond. And for us to get beyond it, we have to combat a system. It's not even y'all. It's not even y'all. Y'all are just recipients of the general message that makes y'all state claims like, aren't we beyond this? You got media outlets who try to make it seem like racial tension is individualized, but it's a systemic thing. It's not just your neighbor hating black people or your neighbor wanting to discriminate you just because of your color. It's about a system in place that makes him think that you're subordinate in a lot of ways just because of your skin. Doesn't have to have hate for you in order to have a racist ideology. You feel me? So when you say, aren't we beyond that, you have to question where you got that message from and what are you essentially even saying? Are we beyond what? Talking about racial issues? Black people ain't beyond that. We still face racial issues. So we're going to talk about it. So when you say, aren't we beyond that, what is it that you need us to be beyond? You want us to stop talking about race and racial disparity and racial discrimination? It's not going to happen, Captain. And what else Stephen A said that made me feel good is in that same realm. He's talking about, I don't even expect you to understand my plight. I don't expect y'all to get it. For me too, I acknowledge that y'all won't get it. But I would like for you to have the decency to acknowledge that you don't understand it. A lot of motherfuckers run around without the decency to even acknowledge that they don't understand what it's like to be a black male or female in America. So you say shit like, racism doesn't exist. It doesn't for you. As a white male, it probably doesn't exist for you. For me, it does. So I need you to understand that you don't understand, player. And the fight ain't against you. The fight is not against you. We are all products. Even us. Black, white, yellow, red, brown. We are all products of a structure that made melanated people subordinate and tried to deem European people as superior. It's not your fault. You inherited ideologies that may think that way. And we've inherited ideologies that may think that way subconsciously. We all have to break through that indoctrination. It's not about you. So don't take offense when you see an activist of Kaepernick. And that's why I lashed on Stephen A earlier. He was talking about Cap, but then he rescinded that and acknowledged that the brother is doing some shit for a bigger means than just football, which is why I acknowledge him right now, because it's bigger than football. It's bigger than sports. You don't tell these people to comply. You don't tell these people to get stripped of their culture just because they have to fit into a workplace. No, you break the stigma. Make an afro cool. Make taking a knee something that should be represented. We all don't represent shit the same. Let people express themselves the way they want to express themselves. especially people who ain't been allowed to express themselves. That goes for black people, women. That goes for all ethnic groups that have been suppressed. Natives of Aborigines, like, the suppression is everywhere. And we're a unit. It's more of us than people who control the system. It's more people in the world like us than these 1% of people who control and govern everything in the universe, in this new world of order. That's who we're combating when we combat race. We just need y'all to get on board and acknowledge that it is a fucking issue. It always has been an issue for us in this domain. So, 6 minutes. I don't wanna talk your ear off. What else did he say? Talked about 2 black coaches out of 32 in the midst of being 70-75% black players. So now you have people that don't even look like them leading them. Sounds familiar, right? You got a field of slaves, and then you have this white leader who tells you what to do. Doesn't it sound familiar? The leadership position has never been given to us